guys are taking on menopause, but making it so cool, like disrupting the entire space to a point it's never been talked about before. It's so, so cool. I don't really think I need to introduce both of you, but I will let the audience know your backgrounds, because you might not have heard of Naomi Watts.
Hi, everyone.
Oscar and Emmy-nominated actress, author, and founder of Stripes Beauty, which is what we're here to talk about today. And you've partnered with the amazing Cara, Kamenev. I was like, I'm going to butcher her surname. I really don't want to. You've got an amazing background as well. You started as a Bloomberg analyst, and then a VP at L'Oreal for many years. And then you also have your own premium cocktail company, which I'm finding really fascinating. Female-led, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. Always. So you guys have paired together, and now you have Stripes Beauty. And I would love to rewind a little bit before we move on, just to the genesis of it. And Naomi, why did you start Stripes Beauty? What was that moment, that aha moment, this is what we need right now?
So, hi everyone, good morning, thanks for being here. Zanna, we've known each other for a long time now. I basically found myself at 36 being told I was close to menopause right when I was trying to start a family. And it was shocking news to me. Filled me with panic and dread, and felt lonely and scared, and just couldn't wait to get out of the doctor's office and call up my mum and say, what the actual, fill in the blanks. And I did remember that she had told me she'd gone into menopause at 45, but that still felt a long way off from 36.
Sure.
I didn't know there was a multitude of symptoms. I didn't know that it could carry on. And the word perimenopause was nowhere. I certainly hadn't heard that. So, you know, I was trying to figure out how to have children as well as deal with this early onset of perimenopause. I was clueless, and so I piecemealed whatever information I could together between my doctor. Conversation was not open amongst my friends.
It wasn't?
No, no one was talking. In fact, I tried. I make a menopause joke, like saying I'm having an estrogen dip, or, oh, I think I'm having hormonal issues, and they'd be, oh, don't be silly, you're 36. That could never happen to you. And so, you know, just sort of filling you with more and more shame about it, this, you know, abnormality, you know, as we're told, exactly, which is absurd. We're told menopause, the average age is 51, and I was far away from that, so it just made me feel terrible about myself. Anyway, long story short, I was able to have children, and after I'd had my second child at 42, I was 40 when I had my second child, and about 42, hardcore menopause symptoms. And I was still trying to put the information all together. And I carried the secret around for a really long time, and it just became too burdensome, too lonely. And so I was like, I wish there was a guide. I wish there were people. I wish there was a conversation. I wish there was a place to learn. The internet wasn't even that active at that point in time. So I was percolating ideas, but they weren't fully formed, and I was still far too afraid to admit, you know, or brand myself as quote unquote finished, dried up, you know, in my industry, which is such an ageist industry. So I really sat with it to answer your question. Sorry, long-winded.
No, it's so fascinating.
And then it just became too exhausting to keep carrying that secret, and I just thought I need to see a brand that is really meeting a woman where she's at and making her feel more empowered for her cumulative experiences, for you know, her ups and downs, and this is not the end. You're still relevant. We want to hear from you. We want you to feel vibrant. We want you to feel like you look your best, and you know, arm you with education and all of those things.
Did it start as an education idea and then grew into a brand, an actual product?
No, we knew we had 3 pillars, and they were education, community, and product solutions.
Right. And the name Stripes, I love the reason behind this. Give us a quick.
Well, as probably any of you know, it's hard to name your children, your pets, anything, you know, everything reminds you of something, or someone else has taken it. And So as I was talking about who this woman was, like I said, she's earned her place. She's gone through ups and downs. She should feel unapologetic, proud of everything that she's done. She's earned her stripes.
Earned her stripes.
So
the fact that you got that name, by the way, is Stripes, is pretty epic.
For a beauty company, it was great. Yeah.
Now, Cara, you've been in the beauty industry a long time too, and you say that Naomi, as a founder, is a cut above. What do you mean by this? How does this manifest itself in a meeting?
You don't want to know. No, Naomi is incredible, but I have worked in the beauty industry a long time, and I've seen everything from celebrities, you know, being a part of a campaign, which is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Or, you know, endorsing a product, which is beautiful. Or founding a company that I've seen, like, may or may not care that much about. Like, I've seen...
It's a name on a label, and that's okay too.
I've seen all of it, and some of it's okay, and some of it, like, isn't.
Go there.
And, yeah, I think, you know, as consumers, like, we make our own choices, right? And when I met Naomi and learned about the mission of the brand, like, this is, like, a deeply personal thing for her. Like, it's her life's work. Like, yes, she's a working actress and an incredible one at that, and, like, that's a big part of her day job. But, like, you know, Naomi, she was like, you know, not only have I founded this company, but I've written a book, and she's kind of emerged as one of the foremost leaders in this space just because of the advocacy that she feels so passionately for women. Like, so I was looking for that as a business person, as a woman who wants to work with other women who truly believe in what they do. And I also know that, having worked in the beauty industry for so long and understanding the consumer so deeply, that it's that authenticity and that genuine commitment that the consumer understands right away, whether it's real or whether it's not. And I believe that's the difference maker in a brand. So that's really what Stripes is. That's what Naomi is. And we should all find that in the work that we do. I certainly have.
Talk about the authenticity, and there's something about the branding. Not something. It's just genius, the branding, because you've taken out any taboo. The names are brilliant. It's sleek, it's cool, it's modern, it's tongue-in-cheek. Like, you wanted it to feel this way, I'm presuming. There's not a mistake. You were like, let's just own this.
I mean, again, it's not all doom and gloom. This is something that you can take agency over. And if you have the education, if you have the community, and the products, we wanted to put a smile on her face, you know, say, we see you, we are you, we know you. And so, it's no surprise that our best-selling product is Badge of Honor.
Can we talk about the names? How much fun is one of those meetings?
We brainstorm, and, you know, sometimes
you text each other in the middle of the night.
Far.
We have like PTSD right now because we're naming a few new products that you guys are going to love. One of them is in like a sexual category, and one's in like a body category, and I cannot tell you the number of like pleasure, like potion, like we're throwing things out there. And
I think we have a great audience here who might be able to help us name a couple of products. Maybe that's for later. We can open it to the floor later.
Well, you hinted at this, but it's the trademark, so we have to find things we like and we can reveal. So.
But these products, yes, it's menopause and perimenopause, but also great for anyone. I'm personally obsessed with evening wear. It's the night moisturizer, and I literally was using it last week. I put a whole layer on, slathered on. I woke up in the morning, and my skin it looked like I'd had 4 hours more sleep than I'd actually had. And it was dewy, but dewy in the best way, not like after hot flash. But they can be used for anyone, right?
Absolutely. And for men, too. I mean, they're really about hydration.
Right.
That is the key focus for all of our products. And we have ingredients that really target dehydrated, sensitive, irritated skin. And so, it just so happens that it was designed with myself in mind. That was hopefully going to connect with the rest of the audience, because we know, but I didn't know this going in, by the way, that dry skin is very much a part of your journey as a woman going through perimenopause and menopause, from scalp to vag.
Scalp to vag, ladies.
That's our tagline, our byline.
I'm kind of interested in the men thing, though. That's something I never even thought about. Has Billy used yours? Like the scalp just missing.
Without getting too personal, there's definitely one product that he benefits from. But no, he's not a product person.
Au natural.
Yeah.
Au natural. Naomi, you doubled down on the entire conversation around menopause by writing a book, dare I say it. It's everything I wish I'd known about menopause, but you didn't. Now, it's a very personal story. You talk about your journey, you talk about medication, your mental health, like everything, your sex life. Was there any hesitations going into this when you were writing?
Absolutely.
There was.
Especially my industry. I thought it would be a career ender, career suicide.
But didn't someone say career suicide to you at some point? Wasn't that a...
No, someone said another, much worse version of that. And this is a morning show, isn't it? So are we allowed to
It's okay, we can
swear?
bleep it. Yeah, go for it.
Can bleep it. Yeah.
Sorry, EP.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Jill gave us the okay.
Thank you, Jill. Get ready. Yeah, I was told that, because I got started in Hollywood late and I better put my foot on the gas because, there reaches a point where it's all over. And I said, well, when? When is that? He said, around 40. And I said, what do you mean? Why? Well, when you become unable. Exactly, right?
Guess I'm there.
How shocking is that? There was the line. And I'm like, but why are you on at 40?
Wow.
Yeah, because no babies are coming, and then it's just shocking. I think we've moved on as a society in, major ways since that was said. And I was in my 20s, my late 20s when that was said. But it took flipping the script, changing the narrative to say, actually, we're really great in bed. Because we know what we like, and there's nothing more of a turn on than a woman saying, this is what I want, and I'm looking for pleasure, not just pleasing.
Confidence. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, well said. Cara, having since joined the brand, have you heard any of responses from women that really shake you, that really stay with you, just based on, the products?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, every day.
Really?
We do. We have an incredible response from the community. I think they appreciate two things. Number one is the products themselves. They really are efficacious. They're clinically backed. The ingredients are specifically formulated for aging skin. So when people try the products, they genuinely love them. Our Full Monty, which is our body oil, it's a vitamin C body oil for radiance. It's life-changing as much as a body oil can be. It's incredible. So
Smells delicious,
it's
by the way.
Amazing. But as well, the stigma breaking, the community, and the humor. People appreciate that that we have a bit of fun with it, and that yes, we're talking about sometimes symptoms that can be quite annoying, and they're not always funny. Women are actually suffering, and we want to change that. But the fact that we're speaking about it, so we do get responses from the community on, thank you so much for sharing that, and then this actually worked for me. Those two things are huge, and I'll always remember actually one of my first times traveling with Naomi, we were in an airport, and she's done incredible work and is world famous, and this woman came over to us and stopped her. She's like, thank you so much for the work you do around menopause. That's
so didn't ask for a selfie, but wanted to talk about.
I think maybe she wanted to. No, she didn't want it. She just wanted to say thank you for having this conversation.
How did that feel, Naomi?
It happens a lot, actually. And sometimes they do ask for the selfie. And, the minute someone comes up, I'm like, oh, God, I haven't got my lippy on. And, and then they actually say, no, I'm not looking for a selfie. I'm looking for a hug. I'm tears in their eyes saying, thank you for giving me the courage to open this conversation with my husband or my children, my family. And that is so meaningful. And that is why I took the risk. That is why I said, I don't care. It would be a bummer if my career's over, but I feel like if I can make a difference to one person who can tell it to somebody else, who can tell it to somebody, then that is the kind of purpose I'm looking for in my life at this stage.
That's a legacy.
Thank you.
Completely. No, it's incredible. You mentioned, if I can help, how do guys talk about Like, do you help any men? Do you explain it to men? Because I'm like, I don't think they have a clue.
Yeah, some, particularly English men, actually.
God forbid.
I remember, yeah, exactly. Oh, really? I don't think so. You know, like, can you off? I'll show you menopause.
You've seen nothing yet.
But no, I mean, sharing it with my husband, because we met right at the beginning of my symptoms, like, or no, not at the beginning, right in the midst.
Wow.
And that didn't feel super hot. I felt very ashamed. And in fact, I say it in the book, one of the stories at the very, you know, when we're first getting down to business, I had to excuse myself and not to slip into something more comfortable. I didn't just happen to have a negligee in my purse. I had to remove my patch, my estrogen patch, because I'm sure he'd never seen such a thing. And I was in the bathroom, and if anyone's ever worn an estrogen patch, you know they don't come off easily. They're very adhesive, and they leave a nasty mess.
It's like a Band-Aid.
Yeah. And so I'm in there trying to scratch it off. And Billy's like, is everything okay? Are you not in the mood? And I just was like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm just going to tell him. And I came out, and he could see I was a bit shaken. And I said, look, I just, you know, I'm in my 40s, right? And, you know, and late in my 40s. And you know, I've got these symptoms, and I have to wear this medicine. And, you know, it's menopause. Should I just leave? and he was like, oh, my God, thank you for telling me. It's so good you're getting treatment. What can I do? How can I help? And I was like,
wow.
That is intimacy right there.
Wow, that's hot. Well done, Billy. That's an incredible story.
So my answer to your question is, try it out on men.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, most times they want to help. They just have to be included in the conversation. So you have to give them the education, open it up, lead them, and yeah, help them through. And you see it now. The conversation has been open and alive for a good few years, and I have seen the shift take place.
Well, thanks to you guys. Cara, how are you seeing it shift for the better?
Well, I think a good example is actually our latest brand campaign. No, but
P.S. Can we talk about Hotter Than Ever?
But it is
so good.
Yeah. Well, we started the brand. Naomi started the brand, and we do a lot of talking about menopause, like quite specifically, the symptoms, and you know, galvanizing around that, and treatment, and like our products are very treatment and solution oriented. But another part of menopause we wanted to uncover was not menopause itself, but rather this era of our midlife that is, in many ways, like, screw what society has been telling us. We are not past our prime. We are not winding down. Like, we looked around us, me in particular, and I'm seeing all of these women who are accomplishing more than they ever have, reinventing themselves, starting a new chapter, writing a book. My 78-year-old aunt is self-publishing a book right now. Like, there are so many incredible women who, whatever it means for you, but we're doing things, and in many ways, like, we look better than ever, we feel better than ever. And so our campaign is like, embrace that. Midlife is not a crisis, it's a celebration, and you are hotter than ever. So yes, that could mean hot flashes, fine, no problem. But you're also hotter than ever, and we really want women to kind of step into that power. So part of it is like, we will continue to provide the best in terms of, you know, symptom solution products that really treat and care for you, and you know, like, that's part of it. But the other part of it is just reminding women every day, if they need it, like giving them a hat that says hotter than ever, which, by the way, you can I think you can all still get for free on our site right now. Yeah, we still have. But yeah, like, that midlife is not a crisis, it is a celebration, and you are truly hotter than ever. And that's a big part.
When do you personally feel hotter than ever, metaphorically speaking?
When do I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like, it's easy to tell they're women, and then it's like, how do you really feel? I think women, like, always struggle with that. But for me, I have 3 children. My youngest is 1.5, and it took me a while to feel like myself again.
Yeah.
And I work a big job, and like, I have a lot of responsibilities, but I find the time to like work out and take care of myself, which is a big shift for me. I didn't always used to do that. So I would say I'm feeling hotter than ever.
How about you, Naomi?
Yes.
Yes. Finding your time, by the way, with 3 kids.
Yes.
How old? And they're all under.
I have 1.5, 2.5, and 7.
Yeah.
And she's
Pray for me.
CEO of a company.
Like just say a little
I don't know
prayer.
how she does it.
That's impressive.
Yeah, well, you have twins, so I don't.
Yeah, but I know no different.
I
3
have
of different
Irish
ages
twins.
is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But she's hotter than ever. How about you, Naomi?
When do I feel my hottest? Yeah, it's like Cara just said. It's so many different things. It's you know, you feel great when you have a great haircut, the old CLB.
How about? Oh yes.
But-
Can we discuss? I can swear. I can't say. Little Bob.
Yes.
She started the Little Bob. Sorry, guys.
No, but
look on
Leslie Bibb
TikTok.
has got full ownership, and I love her for that. And
Jenna
you know,
has
when
now.
I get out of the bath, my temperature is up, and I'm ready. I feel most in my body. I love to dance. That makes me feel hotter than ever. Intimate conversations like the one I just told you about. And who doesn't love it? You know, a little sexy vacation where you can just, forget about where you are and all the struggles in life.
We all need one of those. You know, also I think when you guys are making these incredible business moves, you're doing so much in business, and that is very empowering. That's almost like hotter than ever. Like you make these great decisions and you're selling out of products. You must feel pretty good then.
Yeah, we sold out of, how many now? 2? But we're back.
Going on 2, but like I'm doing everything to avoid that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's
The story she doesn't want.
We are not sold out. Visit stripesbeauty.com.
Is it now? What's the best piece of advice, business-wise, you've ever been given, Cara?
Business-wise, I was actually, I don't know about advice. I think about this a lot, and I was watching something with Michelle Obama this morning, actually, where she said, this has been said over and over, like for me it bears repeating, which is that like you can't do everything at once well, and that's okay, but that life has chapters and seasons. So there's a chapter and a season for everything. And if you're leaning in on one thing, and sometimes the chapters are quite short. It could be like a month or a few weeks where you're like, I haven't really seen my kids much and like whatever, but we're about to announce like XYZ big new partnership. So like everything has chapters and seasons, and it's okay if you let go of like the pressure to have every single thing simultaneously and just own that each thing is gonna happen in its own moment. It does relieve a lot of pressure, I think, as a working woman and mother. It's a big thing I hold on to.
Naomi, you've not got where you have without taking some risks in life. Has there been a risk you've taken that's really paid off?
What? Moving to America.
Oh, that'll do it.
Definitely. In my early 20s with one phone number and a few $100s in my pocket.
Really?
Yeah.
So you hear this story
But that's, a lot of that was naivety. But, you know, if I thought about doing that now, I don't think I would. But, yeah, you do take risks. And
starting a business.
starting
you
a
had
business
a whole career
and,
in itself.
you know, naming myself as the menopause lady, you know.
Poster child, right there.
And I think as you get older, those risks become more necessary and more manageable because you know what failure looks like. We've had it 1,000 times by now, and it's not the end of the world. It's worth experimenting, and it's fun. I think all of our experiences lead us towards knowing how to take on new endeavors, so why not?
You guys came together, you clearly inspire each other. What is the greatest thing about Cara that really kind of...
She's a go-getter. I mean, she's a total baller. She's my mentor. Thank God she's funny, because I can't be around people who are just hard workers. There has to be.
No, God, no.
It has to be fun.
Cara,
Too much time spent, and if you're not laughing all the way through.
She's your work wife.
Exactly.
I love that. Honestly, everything about Naomi, like you guys are getting to know her a bit, and she's incredible. But I think She is the founder and the owner. She runs this business, but she puts a lot of trust in her team.
Great.
And I think she leads with passion, emotion, conviction, but the trust piece is a big one, because if you aren't able to delegate and you aren't able to, you know, build a team around you and like watch it soar, but like come back for check-ins, I don't know, I think we've just found like a really beautiful balance as it relates to division of labor. And I appreciate that. And then just looking at a woman who has not taken her foot off the pedal for a second. Like, I will get there too, but like to have other women trailblazing it and doing it first, and to have those role models in real life is huge. It's huge for young women. Like, any one of our daughters or nieces or nephews can look at someone like Naomi and like everything she's done. That menopause lady joke is really funny, but it's true. Like, it's a huge risk, and like you've turned it into this incredible career. Your career is more vibrant than ever. You're an amazing mother. Like, I look at her being a mother to teenagers, and I'm terrified because I'm already scared of my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared of them. I won't tell you the story that I told you, but
They're gonna gang up on you.
you know, you need a role model in every respect, as a mother, as a businesswoman, as an incredible like career achiever. So I'm very lucky and blessed. But I also believe in choices in life, and you can make wrong choices or right choices. And when you're very purposeful about like, okay, who do I want to let into my life, and who do I want to be surrounded by? And I made that choice with a lot of thought this time around in working with Naomi, and it's paid off in dividends.
Absolutely. You talk about her career, and you do have something really fun coming up. All's Fair, the legal drama. If anyone's not seen the trailer for this, please watch it. It's the most empowering. It's an all-star cast. You've got Sarah Paulson, Kim Kardashian,
Glenn Close, Niecy Nash.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like being on set? Give us a little.
So fun. So fun.
Give me a nugget from set. What's the best
Lots
advice
of
Glenn
gossip.
Close?
Yeah, again, a great team of women.
Yeah.
You know, younger than me, a lot of them, but you know, in
It was every stage.
40s, yeah, exactly, 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah, I mean, look at Glenn. She's amazing.
Did she have any good advice? What was
She's
Glenn's
just,
wisdoms?
you know, walks and talks like an absolute queen, you know, that she is. She's brilliant. So it was fun. It was nothing but fun, and playing women who are in power. It's, you know, it's heightened reality, of course, but yeah, power suits all the way.
Were you handing out any Stripes products behind the scenes?
Absolutely.
Which one were they all asking for? Which
Naomi,
one did
did
Kim
you drop
want?
that in Kim's office yet?
Yeah. Lou.
Kim wanted this. Is this the one, by the way?
These are the
She
little
carries
minis.
this
in case of emergency, ladies. The travel size.
And I can
Party size.
testify to this because I was on the Golden Globes red carpet, and I interviewed Naomi. She was walking away, and she pulled her tiny little, it was a small little clutch. She pulls out this mini, on-the-go lube. I'm like, you might need that later. I was like, I love you. I don't know where.
And that was early days as well, where it wasn't so.
It was,
Right.
it was, and it's still going. Yeah, it's run out. Actually, I need to re-up on that one. Cara, looking ahead, you mentioned there's some things in the works. Any tip? Any little hints? What's coming up?
Yeah, I can give some hints.
Go on.
We have a lot of exciting new innovations planned for this year and next year. I think innovation is one of the most exciting parts of a business as you scale, because a lot of it is listening to the customer. So for us, it was all about, we literally like poll our customers, we meet with them, we do focus groups, and we learn like, what do you want us to develop? And we're staying true to the mission of the brand, which is still scalp to vag. Like, this is really to address the whole lifestyle and to be like a part of all of your solutions. So you'll see a lot of different things coming from us, but one in a very fun, sexy category.
Which we're trying to name.
Which we're trying to name. I think we nailed it.
Oh,
but when it comes
sorry.
out, you guys will let us know how we did. Keep in mind, we had trademark guardrails. One in a fun, sexy category, and one in a really fun, like, body category. Because as I said, our body oil is one of our best sellers. I think it's actually going to be our best seller soon, even ahead of our vaginal SKUs. So it's incredible. So we hear from you that you like body and that dry skin is an issue. So we have something else coming there. And then the brand's going to be expanding both here in the US and potentially globally soon too. So I can't say too much more, but we're really excited about it. And like, there's a group of young women, mostly young, old, all sorts of ages, but like there's a small group of women hustling hard to grow a business all together, and it's really fun.
Naomi, what's next for you? What's in the pipeline? Aside from Stripes, global domination, obviously.
Tomorrow I get to go on vacation, which I'm super excited about. But
she
then
needs it.
I definitely need it, but it was bad planning on my part because in 2 weeks, well, straight after the vacation, I have to come back here and start a new show with Ryan Murphy called American Love Story about Carolyn Bessette and JFK Jr., and I'm playing a certain woman you may know.
Jackie.
Jackie O, yeah.
Wow, I know.
That's fun.
How impressive. So you're going to be spending the entire 2 weeks mastering the Jackie O
her
accent.
voice, her behaviors, and because we all feel like we know her. She had a very distinctive voice. So it takes a lot of effort.
Have you seen the wardrobe yet?
I have. I've seen some wonderful outfits, yeah.
I mean, and then Ryan's on that. I mean, that is just going to be super hyped. Oh,
yeah.
God. Okay, to close, a quick stages rapid fire.
Oh, dear.
I'll start with you, Cara. What has been your favorite stage of life so far?
This one, 40s.
Naomi.
50s.
So it gets better.
You didn't ask me that.
And in 10 years' time, we'll be saying the 60s, because it's all good.
Which is good for everyone,
Absolutely.
right? Enjoy where you are.
Exactly, and own it. What stage do you never want to go back to?
My 20s.
Cara?
20s.
I think none of us. What, generally?
Yeah.
What are we thinking? 20s? 20s? We're getting lots of nods.
It's painful,
20s,
right?
30s?
But
No,
we were so
20s.
we thought we knew everything.
To 20s. Okay, 20s. We all messed up. It's okay. The greatest stage performance?
Of mine?
Yeah. No, general. Which we all go watch.
Oh, God, right now. Oh, Mary.
There we go.
Really fun one.
One word you'd use to describe your current stage of life, Cara.
Chaotic.
You look so good for it being
Yes,
so chaotic.
exactly.
You're the
so
most
poised.
like elevated
move.
chaos personified right there.
Yeah.
Soundtrack to your current stage of life.
Changes. Turn and face the strain. And I can't sing, obviously.
Can we change
David
that
Bowie?
to stages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's the Bluey song.
Which one?
Bluey? Yeah. In case you were wondering, Zanna.
Can you give us a verse?
No, it's too traumatic.
But if mine was Dora, I think when mine goes well, I would say, oh, God, no. Or Shark. What was the
Or
Shark?
like Miss Rachel's voice.
Oh, God, horrific. Okay, one thing you're both looking forward to in the next stage.
Bingo.
Legs 11?
Soft foods and bingo.
Cara, beat that.
Mine's like more sappy. I want my little one to walk. He's like so delayed. I don't know if any of you have been there. So every day I'm watching him, I'm like, you can do it, but he's not there yet. So we will throw a walking party.
A walking party. I hope you're there to witness it.
I won't be.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't either. It's all good. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you very much. Thank you
so much.